We have some water rescues underway.
The water, it was just rushing on.
The water just picked up so quick.
And then the rescue team came just in time.
This was worse than a hurricane.
I was not prepared for just how many homes were damaged.
You look over here, the storm completely removing the roof.
The tree crushed this home.
The rainfall projection that we were talking about pretty much came to fruition.
It's still a long way to go.
Do not let your guard down yet. We are not done with the tornado threat today.
Right now at 4, Tropical Storm Debbie spawning a tornado outbreak in our area. At least 4 confirmed tornadoes touching down today, one claiming the life of 60-year-old Brian Barnes when his house collapsed on top of him in Wilson County. The damage horrible. WRAL has been on the air continuously since 2:17 a.m. when the first tornado warning came in. And we are under a tornado watch until 8 p.m. So far today, we have seen at least 19 tornado warnings across our area. And the heavy rain causing rivers to rise, trees to come down. Within the last 90 minutes, crews rescued 3 children clinging to a tree in a swift-moving water along Marsh Creek. The threat of flash flooding still a major concern. There is a voluntary evacuation for the following area due to increasing water levels. Thank you for joining us here tonight. I'm Ashley Rowe.
And I'm Lena Tillett. Your safety is our priority, and the threat for severe weather still exists. Because of that threat, we have moved the Olympics to WRAL-2. You can watch that over the air on 5.2 or on Spectrum Cable Channel 1255. WRAL has crews tracking the storm impacts in our studio, live on the ground across 9 counties, and monitoring conditions using our WRAL live camera network. We want to begin with meteorologist Kat Campbell in the WRAL Severe Weather Center. Kat, I think I heard you off camera saying there's a new tornado warning. Is that correct?
There is a new tornado warning that was just issued moments ago. This includes part of Franklin County. Meteorologist Mike Mays is going to have the latest on that warning coming up here in just a minute. First, let's get to the radar and we'll get a better idea of it. Can we take Mike's box full? You're on weather too, right? Mike is on weather too, and he's got this information pulled up and ready to go with this tornado warning. Mike?
Yeah, so we have the new tornado warning that Kat just talked about for southwestern Nash County, central Franklin County. This is until 4:30. The storm was located near Bailey, 14 miles southwest of Nashville, moving north at 30 miles per hour. This is the same rain band that produced the tornado near Ingleside and Rocky Ford just a short time ago. If you joined us on Fox 50 and now we're on WRAL, and Kat told you about this a short time ago on WRAL, the tornado warning has expired over Vance County. Now we've got this new one here that's showing up in Nash County and Franklin County. So let's zoom in, see what's up with this one. And there is the outline. So we're talking about right around Middlesex and Bailey up towards Spring Hope and Lewisburg. And most likely is probably at the bottom part of the storm here. So let's switch over to velocities and take a look at what we see going on. And so we're seeing a little bit of rotation. It's hard to pick up. Let me go back in time, see if it looked a little bit more impressive. Now, this is something I had pointed out when we were on Fox 50. There were a couple of areas. There's this one here over Nash County that's not looking as well defined as the one that we saw over Franklin County. It's a little broad, not being able to see as well defined, but right there is where the Weather Service probably is pointing out where the potential tornado is, or at least was at 3:53. And we go through time, and that is where the tornado warning is. Now, this one isn't as easy to pick up as the one we saw in Franklin County, but there is the tornado warning that is in effect until 4:30. So we've got a half hour to talk about this. There may be other spin-ups too. Seeing a couple areas, maybe one near Elm City and over here towards Stantonsburg. These are moving to this one's moving to the north at 30 miles per hour. So let me do a storm track. North at 30 miles per hour. Let me switch over. And so we're talking about Gold Valley Crossroads, 7 Pass, 419, the Bunn community at 419, Halls Crossroads at 422, the Margaret community at 424, Justice at 428, Mapleville at 431, Stallings Crossroads at 432. So if you are in the path of the storm, if you heard your community named you need to go to your safe shelter right now. Interior room inside your house, a closet, a bathroom, away from any windows, a room underneath the staircase, maybe a pantry that you have that's in the interior part of the house where the kitchen is. That's a more structurally sound room, one that's smaller in size, that will afford more shelter, because through research, when the National Weather Service has gone through and looked at debris after a tornado's hit, they noticed that the rooms that are left standing are the ones that are smaller. They're more structurally sound. That's why we keep telling you to go to those small rooms, because they'll afford more protection than if you're in your living room, which is a wide open space. The roof could fall down upon you. And unfortunately, that gentleman over there in Lucama this morning was killed by a tornado due to the collapse of the house. So a sad situation there. We want no one else to be injured or killed by any more tornadoes this afternoon. Hopefully that will not be the case, that anybody will be hurt by any of these storms that are coming through. Now, thankfully, this one is not looking as impressive as the one up in Franklin County and the one over in Wilson County earlier today, but there is a tornado warning nonetheless. And let's take a look at some of the other products. Maybe a little bit of small hail, shear. You could see where the storm originated. Over time, the shear rate or rotation tracker shows potential rotation over time. That storm eventually moved up to the north and then prompted the tornado warning to be issued. But we go back to the velocities. Let me turn off the warning to see if I can find. So this is most likely where the rotation is right now, over Fraser Crossroads, between Fraser Crossroads, Rocky Cross, Daddiesville, getting up to Spring Hope. So this is the area right now that looks like would have the potential rotation. Now, if you were with us on Fox 50, or when you joined Kat Campbell when she was talking about it during the Olympics, you could see a more defined couplet on the one in Franklin County that was just in the last half hour. This does not show that same kind of signature. So in my thinking, this does not look like something that would be perhaps quite as strong as the one we just looked at. And I'll expand the view a little bit more. I'll even take a look at the debris and see if we see any kind of debris lofted into the atmosphere. And now, no, we're not seeing it, because if we did, we would see a really well-defined blue spot showing up in all this colorful debris that you're seeing here. Not debris, but colorful mishmash that you're seeing here on the screen. We just clue in on a bright blue spot, and we're just definitely not seeing that. Okay, there may be a suspect area there. Okay, so there may have been something before the tornado warning is issued. And unfortunately, in the sense of tropical tornadoes, they spin up really fast and they may disappear. And so let's take a look at the velocities and see if that might have been the case. So there may have been something here that developed right there. Let me look at the debris and see if there's something that stems from there. That's hard to really define. Yeah, this is just a little suspect area here, okay? This might be a little bit of debris. It may have briefly touched down. And so the debris is just north of Fraser's Crossroads, if that is any debris at all. It may just be just anomalous information showing up on the radar here. But let me time lapse this over the past 15 minutes so we can see the general movement. Yeah, that might be a little bit of debris. Okay, so, but it's not a confirmed tornado, not like we saw in Franklin County. Let me put the tornado warning back up. And there is the tornado